Well, good. You hear it as it was intended. Hello. Hello, hello. Ladies, gentlemen, friends and folks, welcome in. And that's enough of the hastily picked Time Crisis soundtrack music. Because I can think of what else was appropriate to put whilst the intro was on. You'd really figure out something else for that. Anyway, how are you all? How are all your lovely faces? Also, Talia, if there is your stream here and there is also a Chill Zone channel, like I get confused as to which one is meant to for use. You're well? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm okay. I've had a bit of neck hack today, which is mostly gone, but it's left me with a bit of brain fuzz, I think, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I just didn't quite feel like continuing the Resi train right this second, and plus I still haven't picked which Resi I'm going on to, because I've been absorbing some critiques and, like retro reviews of Code Veronica, and it may not, be as fabulous as I recall it to be. And also, not sure about some of the content. Stream channel is for streams. Shizazon is for all other things like, I don't know, if you get married and your wife runs a wool shop. For example. Just random example right off the top of your head. Completely hypothetical. I see. Been playing hard drive cleanup and organizing, so I'm a level of brain melt. That'll do it. That will, in fact, do it. Oh. But I can say out loud hellos to people like Supertalia DX, 8-Bit Goggles, Pixie Coo, as, it was meant to be said. And DD. It was good to see you all in. I just... Oh. Sorry, I'm not sure what my mouth was doing there, but it was not talking. It was just doing something else entirely. Yeah, so last week I went and fucked my back, which it's very much improved now. Still have to be a little careful with it and just make sure I stretch the damn thing from now on. That would make sense. Also, I've just realised there was something that came up earlier. It made the spring noise that implied there was some kind of notification. I didn't see what it was, and now I'll never know, because I did not set up any bots to repeat those things as they happen. Drat. If somebody in here triggered it, please let me know what it was, because I missed it at the time, and I will forever be wondering. I will never sleep again. Yeah, so back is better than it was. I'm an old man. Hence why I skipped last week. And plus I haven't picked which Resi to go for. So I could go on to Resi 4 straight away, but I don't know. It'll probably be quite fun. Hey Summer, how's it going? So I've got a decision to make there. I suppose I could just put it up to a poll and see what happens. But it is not this day. Today, we have something incredibly special, and it is... If it'll switch over... He says not looking at OBS and instead looking at the delayed stream thing. Yes, there we go. Tell you what, light as well. That might help. It is face cam. It is indeed. Not only face cam, but gun cam. Which sounded less threatening in my head, but here we are. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, April Goggles. Where's a leather jacket and a handgun give you powers? I have read it on TV tropes as Die Hard in a castle, and I cannot shake that from my head now. It's far too true. Oh, I see an anonymous gifter gave the sub. Thank you, an anonymous gifter. Oh dear. But yeah, I'll tell you what, let's go absolutely nuts and unmute the damn thing. So I don't know if you've seen my incredibly ridiculous setup, but I will attempt to show you via the medium of tablet camera. I'm gonna remember where the camera app is. There we go.
Time crisis.
You'll have to ignore certain aspects of my incredibly messy room, but that's not going to work at all, is it? Okay, we'll try. Alright, so y'all can see yourselves a little bit. Kind of. Soup, son! Yes. So there is... Oh my god, this is not working. What am I getting wrong here? This should... Did it actually switch round the camera? It did not. There we go. Maybe I just pressed the button again. See me in double. I know, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So there's OBS, which is what you're seeing. Then there is... You can kind of see. This is not working at all, is it? Try it the other way around. Yep, so there's OBS, and there is... You can just about see that flickery thing in the background is the CRT telly. Now, this is a failed experiment. I do apologize. I did not think it through beforehand, and I had a tweet expressly about this. But long story short, I've got a PS2, which the texture smoothing isn't on. You can probably figure that out for yourself. But it does have the fast disk speed, so hopefully we'll get the improvement of that without, you know, anything screwing up. So the PS2 is going into a SCART signal booster splitter thing. You could have taken a photo. You're a fucking photo! I did have a photo though, and in fact, it might be sensible for me to go and look that up. No, don't open Twitch again. Had enough of that site, thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, it's PS2 into a SCART splitter, and then going from there, one going into my CRT, one going into a SCART to HDMI, going into a capture thing, and then into OBS. And that's the setup I have. And apparently I've had it for a while, because I'm scrolling the heck down and not finding this thing. There we go. At longest lastest, I have the thing. You deserve that. That was a bit mean of me. So there we go. That should bring you to the tweet and the picture in question. Doesn't quite look like this at the moment, but yeah. Joy of seeing TVs on newer screens, aka, oh dear god, all the lines. Yeah, this must be running at 50 hertz right now. Because it's PAL and it didn't give me the option to go to 60 hertz, so must be what it's doing. Remember seeing this Time Crisis about 11 years ago, then finding a Time Crisis free cabinet in my local cinema a few months later. Late to that party apparently. There's a Time Crisis 2 machine which was in a place not far from me. I've not been there to check recently. I don't even know if the place is still open. But yeah. Well, refresh rates are half the problem, meaning that you have to use CRTs in the first place. Because essentially the gun has to wait for each scan line. So it's your refresh rate times your resolution, basically. And a lot of monitors can't do that. So, can get started at long last, after all that preamble.
There's been a kidnapping. It's Rachel, the daughter of the president of Serbia.
Yeah, somebody got captured and we have to save them. That's the long and short. And that is the reason why I've got that big ass warning saying that this will feature bright flashing lights throughout. I'm not joking about that. Anytime I pull that trigger, the entire screen is going to go white. I say that this screen, the screen you're looking at will be more like 2/3 of it start flashing. I don't know if that's enough or not enough. It's down to you and whether or not you can watch. But yeah, please heed the warning as you need to. There will be constant flashing throughout this. Looks like the same damn Castle Island the original Devil May Cry set on. I'll have to trust you on that one. I have not played. Okay. Now, what I've mostly been playing is Time Crisis 2, so this will be a little bit of an adjustment. If one feels faint, they should go to another tab and make this a listen to Icky Talk stream. If they would like, if they want to turn it off, no worries. I fully understand. Gotta take care of yourself in that regard. Anyway, he's got a knife and he's a bit agitated.
We've been invaded. What? Never mind. My men will gun him down.
Turn this up a wee bit. Anyway, Glasses Man thinks he's going to kill us.
There! Shoot him!
He might. Unfortunately, this is not an arcade perfect port. It's going at about half the frame rate. Well, maybe 20 compared to 60. Shoot 3 times just to be sure. Honestly, I think the aim is a bit more picky in this than it is compared to 2. I tell you what is really picky, you have to go all the way into cover to reload in this one. Time Crisis 2, much more forgiving in that regard. Now, fun fact, if you're not quick enough, this door will shut on you and cost you a lot more time. What the hell happened there? Because that went on my CRT as well, that, ow. Fuck off. It stopped transmitting. I don't know what happened. Oh my god, it's a raid! I would pause this for a second, but I need to wait until this end of stage thing is happened. Come on, oh god, give me control back. I want to say hello to all the lovely people. There we go. Oh, its gun sounded different in that one. Hello, Willow-Az. Thank you so much for the raid. I take it nothing extremely amazing and important happened in the 10 minutes that I wasn't watching your raid. Yes, I've been raided. I see now. The slight problem where I have to look that way and my stream thing is that way. Tell you what, maybe if I swap monitors for these things. It'll be a bit more obvious. But hello, thank you so much. And oh, GoFall Glasgow's been redeemed. Not an amazing happened. Okay, fair dues. It probably wasn't very long anyway. 20 odd minutes. Just found a place to sleep for Alice and Kara. Good. They deserve it. Alice definitely. Kara, well, depends on your choices, I suppose. But what happened to unspecified character was entirely justified. But yes, in case somebody don't actually know me, I don't normally talk like this. There's a redeemed goal called Go Full Glasgow, which I've done now. And it makes me sound like this for a minute or so. I can't mind how much it is actually. It's probably 1 minute. You did get a raid though. How long was that before you ended? Todd sucked my dick. Exactly. I'm sure we'll find out all about his, incredibly detailed and tragic backstory that justifies all of that. It won't. Just after you left, so a good scene before, I see. Anyway, that deserves a shout out because I've not set it up to do it automatically, but there you go. You've mostly played Time Crisis 4 or whichever the robot bug one is. I think there was some of that in 3. We might get on there to find out. Depends if my wrist falls off or not. Just what the bowling alley had for fucking yonks. Indeed it did. Enjoy seeing your face though. It's very facey. Yes. Such face. None more face. But so yeah, partially that is just so you can see the beautiful G-Con as well. I don't mean this to be all Time Crisis games, but out of the ones I've got, it's Time Crisis Project Titan, Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3, Crisis Zone. I don't know if we'll get to that one. That's down the bottom of the pile for a reason. Not getting away from Resident Evil entirely though, because there is Resident Evil Dead Aim. I can show that without it being completely blown the fuck out. That's about the best we'll get out of that one. Which is kind of interesting in how that one works. But certainly we're going to do Time Crisis and Time Crisis 2 and see how that goes. Speaking of... And... nope. How are you not just shot there, Richard? That makes no sense. On. More of yous. Oh boy, this bit. Right. Fucking... yeah, just cut out for me as well. I don't know what's going on there. I wasn't doing this earlier. And don't let the red boys shoot at you because they will most likely actually hit. And that's what you do not want. Shooty McShooty games. You see the flashing now, very tricky. You can see why that big ass warning is there, right? Didn't want to take any risks, hence why it's in the whole last stream title as well. And there we go. Didn't get Mr. Orange though, but they only had time. Which I'm not in danger of running out of at the moment. I'm sure there are sections where it is a distinct possibility. Ah. Again, used to Time Crisis 2's more permissive reloading. I have to go so far. You didn't think sitting down with a piece of plastic would make you sweat this much, but it's happening. Ah! I made the car fall over. Made the everything fall over. It's gonna lurk whilst you feed yourself. No worries, have good food. Fucking... I think we're gonna fire. Wait, I gotta admit, I know it's a big evil army that's, you know, at the whims of a monarch. Have fun shooting the pew-pew. I will, thank you. Wonder how many kids found out their issues about after Christmas when they first started up this new fancy game. Oh god, that'd be rotten, wouldn't it?
It's a trap! Oh no!
So yeah, the full plot is that somebody oh fuck it, I'm gonna have to concentrate on this. Plus my brain just is not working all that well right now. Yeah, so there was this ruler of can't even remember what the country is called. He got deposed and a democratic government was put in his place, and this is him trying to regain control of said country by kidnapping the president's daughter. Also, this guy's face. What does that look like to use?
The girl's at the top of that tower. She must be dead by now.
I'll give you the answer in a bit, but I was literally this years old when I realised what that was meant to be. I think I honestly had to see the arcade version to figure it out. Why has he got a steak on his face? And Picasso. Excellent guesses.
Action! Action!
But, no, that's the visor that's on his costume. Which is somehow forgot about every time it got to that point in the cutscene. I'd literally seen the character model with the thing, with the visor, and then forgot when it got to that point. I don't know why. It was bizarre. How'd you say action when I don't have control? Game. Do not bamboozle. Damn, I can only shoot him 3 times. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't look that much more detailed in the arcade. It just kind of looks like the same thing as here, but higher resolution. And higher frame rate. Ow! Damn you, Redmond. We can destroy all the family jewels while we're here. Fucking... Still not used to this reloading compared to Time Crisis 2. I wish that was more of a regular mechanic. You shoot the bazooka man and he fires off into the air. Now, this is a reoccurring mechanic I'm far less keen to see. There's a cat hit fuck all. Not from there, apparently. That was pretty swift. Sorry, some guy's got a full-ass two-handed machine gun. It's going to make me nervous when I've only got one gun in my hands. Managing the same level of control of a home console versus an arcade cabinet is impressive. It's true. You are just young adjacent. Did that quote get in there? Probably from the last stream as well, because that's a pretty high number in terms of my quote bot. I suppose that's one other disadvantage of light gun games, is you can't really look away from them for too long. No point where you just rest. Oh! Strangers has redeemed Go Full Glasgow, so Go Full Glasgow I shall. But yeah, trying to concentrate on chat while dealing with the Malky. Didn't really think that one through, did I? Although it is nice when you shoot guys in midair. Just a bit of class. Oh, whaling kill. And 2! Never said that in my life and you know it. Comes as a pair of quotes, as I recall. Oh, nope. I died it. You know what, I'm going to take this 20 seconds to hydrate. Bit less processing power in a tiny home system. Indeed there is. Hey, there's the other quote. Which is, very fortunate. Very fortunate indeed. And shot immediately. This does not bode well. How are the audio levels, by the way? I've not had a chance to have a look and check. I keep trying to get the Orangeman for the time bonus, but I don't quite manage it. Now that one was pretty easy though. I feel like that's kind of a gimme on the game's part. Hey, that was a blue one, that's cheating. Oh. I'll audio your level. Me buys dinner first. Also, they're good for me. Okay, cool. Anyone who's been watching me on YouTube for a while know that me and audio levels, it goes wrong sometimes. Ooh, what happened? Ooh, hosted my stream? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, strangers. I need to figure out a sound effect for hosting. I just haven't thought of anything that's retro and appropriate. So, here we are.
My name is Shiru.
Here's the Knifeman.
I rule this nation now.
Yes, you're royalty.
You are the fool who
We know.
came to rescue Rachel. Since you have traveled so very far.
Sure, but it'll only be chippy because I'm classy like that. Does me fine. Does me fine. Now, in all fairness, he does know how to use the niths. I've never done that section so well in my life. Indeed, where is the Memphis? Nobody knows. Apart from Memphis. Oh, you get out of here with your Tommy Wiseau quotes. Is it weird that I will absolutely never under any circumstances watch The Room, but I might watch The Disaster Artist? I have read the book. I've just got no desire to watch that feature-length cringe. Yeah. There was a demi-knifeman. He went for me. He got me last time. He not get me this time. Oh, fuck you, game. Also, I hope everyone's enjoying my concentration faces. There he goes. Victory path. Okay.
How could you? You killed my boss. What do I do now?
Killed my
I
boss.
can't let things end this way.
I'm very cut up about this for some reason.
Since I have the upper hand, having the girl doll.
Gun versus knife, gun won. It did indeed. I'm going to shatter some expectations, by the way. I do actually wear reading glasses, and I'm going to see if they make any difference. Oh, you same-brained. You two same-brained. You should probably go out or something. Cut up, huh? Yeah. Yeah, he sure didn't get the point. That'll make aiming easier, won't it? Oh, just running a wee experiment there to see if that made any difference. Give me the chance to shoot down a helicopter. I'm probably going to try and shoot down the helicopter. So I like the exaggerated animations where it looks like the guns just kick like a fucking mule. Ow. I really should be completely dead from that. Because, you know, that's an anti-tank weapon. Or anti-air. You got it. Huh. Normally I would lose a life at that point, at least the first time. Anti-hooker wooden weapon. Ah. References nobody will get but the four of us, even though one of us is either not here or has not spoken up. I mean, if they're not here, it's really not their time zone, so that's entirely fair. Okay, that was just firing wildly. Oh, come on, you had like that much of a gap to shoot me in. Luckily I have 5 more credits. And I do not have to go very far back. Also the GM who isn't here. Dang it! Should have mentioned Tim as well. That is my bad. Hello Keith, if you are there, we greatly appreciate you and the bullshit you had to put up with from us. Oh, what a time that whole endeavour was. Swear to God my aiming is better in Time Crisis 2. Swear it. But, oh, full Glasgow, fair dues. I think partially why I might be better in Time Crisis 2 than I am in 1 is G-Con 2 versus G-Con 1. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Obligatory fuck hooker win and obligatory what an ending to a character arc. Indeed. I mean, after that, the new kind of Trago Mills. Oh, sorry, Cinco de Trago. I mean, it was just a logical extension of that chaos, wasn't it? Why were we surprised? One of us was probably not surprised. Back off with your grenades. Also, what year is this? Why are you using steel hand grenades? And Villainy is shouting Trago Mills for some reason. Well, granted, I brought it up, but I know why I brought it up, but ow! Grenade in the brain. R.I.P. Trigo Mills, you fuckers sank my entire settlement. We did. And it was great. And yes, that is the big baddie we're going for, but no shooting him yet. See? Guy's got a visor. I'm doing my best to shoot off. Yeah, I heard that grenade. Sorry, steel hand grenade. Ow! He's only got a revolver. This should be a. This should be a cinch. Wait, my gun only has 6 bullets. Hope everybody enjoyed that 2D image of a castle tower. You know what, I'm totally gonna take a hit here, I just know it. Ah, got yous in midair. Staying the fuck away from that thing. Well, Trago was only in Cornwall. We were sort of near Cornwall in that Powered by the Apocalypse game.
You're finally here to save me.
Oh, shoot.
Let's end this
Alright.
once and for all. Just to be sure.
Ah, I hate clocks. I take it that's him just destroying the castle, but it kind of looks like he just hates big clocks.
Let me go!
Hold it.
That's how you know he's truly a badman. He hates elbows too. The campaign was set across most of the southwest. It was an adventure. It truly was. Maybe the real adventure was the nuking of Trago Mills we made along the way. Also, best theme in the whole franchise. Maybe got stuck in the RE2 clock section for too long. Or indeed the RE3 clock section. Where are you coming from? What I would really like for playing these games is some kind of proper pedal, because for those of you who don't know, you duck in and out of cover by pressing a foot pedal in the arcades. And how I'm doing this here is I've got a controller in the second port, which I'm literally stepping on one of the buttons with my foot to access the pedal. Is that rolling towards me? Yes, it is. As was that grenade. The real friends were the cult I made along the way. Too many. Too many cult. I thought I might be able to shoot the grenade. I honestly don't know if that's possible. Just, I know certainly that I did not manage it this time. Oh no. Sure, those gold ninjas used to take more shots. Did he yeet his coat by the power of handgun? This is not the most unbelievable thing Wild Dog ever does, by the way. Although, gotta kind of admire the fortitude of a man who chucks a grenade and then blatantly charges forward. Truly earned that nickname he did. Anyway, that's that complete. And now the true tragedy of it all. Donk. It was a pretty simple effect, but I do like the rolling of 3D footage into stylized 2D one. I was trying to put a period to this music, and it is 90s, isn't it? I think that's the one. Anyway, good news. The country is not getting deposed, but you're down a castle. Possibly a whole ass island. Also, is that the only way to get there? Is it connected to the mainland at all? Really? It really does not look like it is. Yay, bird friends! With 4 frames of animation. You know, the thought occurs that in the older days of hardware and arcades, an arcade port would have been potentially easier depending on the platform, like Sega arcades to Mega Drive, for example, had similar hardware if not as powerful. So there would be a bit of ease in that. This is going from arcade hardware to a console Namco didn't even make. But yeah, that's gotta be pretty fucking hard. It's kind of bizarre that we used to go for a whole period of not only making a game, but making the hardware specifically for that game. Like, it was only later that it got to the point of more generic boards that would support more than one game. And by later on, I think... Don't hold me to this. Sorry, don't hold me to this. I say not biting my tongue. Somewhere before Street Fighter 2, I think. I'm not saying that Capcom were the first to do it, I just remember PSOne board was them. Well, obviously it was them. Guess what the C stands for. And yeah, Street Fighter 2 was on that one. Miss the days of funky peripherals. You know what? I've got something to show off, I think. Excuse me 1 second. Please ignore the fact that I'm blatantly wearing pajama pants. My house, fuck it. Right, so... Yeah, it's new record because there's nothing on the memory card, mate. And by nothing on the memory card, I mean it's a PS2 memory card, so... There's no fucking clue what's going on. Now if you're wondering why I chose a short name in the first place, that's why. And then websites required 6 letters for a username, so I had to add foo. In my house, Enfys! My pajama pants in my house goggles. So, oddly enough, this is Namco again. They made this controller, I think it was for Ridge Racing, which has some fancy bits, like these are analog, as is this button here on the front. And yeah, this is all blown out, sorry. If I do auto exposure, it just goes a bit nuts. But the most interesting part of this controller is that's how you do the analog steering. This was pre DualShock controller, or indeed dual analog controller. So if they wanted an analog controller, they had to make it themselves. And yeah, I don't know which way around it is, whether like this is left or this is right, but. Ooh. Yeah, Pichu. What I really want to do is try and figure out ways to use this controller in ways that are absolutely not supported. Like, play Doom with this thing, for example. Technically, nothing's stopping me. I'm not going to do it today, but I do have a converter for PS2 to USB, so it is possible. Okay, sure. What I'm going to do here is move up the Time Crisis ladder. Go on to the second one that I blatantly didn't put close enough to the camera for you to see. But trust me, you'll find out that I'm not telling porkies very soon. Okay, I've already forgotten what I was talking about, so I don't know what the ha is for, but I'm sure it's incredibly deserved. Right, you can watch the intro to... Oh no, hold on. Something I need to do first. Hold on. That's a funny thing. This game does actually support the old G-Con and the new one. I'll, of course, be playing with the shiny new one. But, yeah. Quick bio break for me. Enjoy the intro. Probably more than once.
Completed a global network consisting of 64 satellites. The project is named Starline Network. This is a monumental achievement. Hey, Starline will unite the world.
I don't think so.
The Starline Network is a mere front for a plan to launch a nuclear satellite into space. VSSE has dispatched 2 agents to prevent the launch. Keith Martin, Robert Baxter,
There's some news.
Christy Ryan,
Still alive.
Wild Dog,
It's almost ready. My dream will soon come true.
Ernesto Diaz, Time Crisis 2.
Your project is going down in flames. They'll be here soon.
Time Crisis 2.
Multi intro. It's a fair bit early 2000s, isn't it? Facial animations don't look that far off of SE2. I'm being dumb here. What's SE2? To protect the life cycle. I may have watched that intro more than once. You're very early 2000s. We all are. Let's not lie. Sonic Adventure 2. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Granted, you see the facial animations a lot less than you do in Sonic Adventure 2. But this game has an excuse, I feel. My story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so. You didn't catch the story of this one. An evil man has a satellite, and that's all I remember. Now, in theory, I should be a lot better at this one, because when I first got this CRT, predominantly for things like, you know, lightgun games, I played more of this game than I'm going to admit, because No, I won't even tell you. You'll talk about me.
It's me, Christy. I found some data.
This
about
goes
the
the
satellite
completely
network.
opposite
Haven't
direction of
the
Time Crisis
agents
1 though,
left
because
yet?
I believe the PS2 version ends up looking better than the arcade version did.
Well, it appears we have a guest. Looks like we caught you just in time.
What do you mean,
To leave
guest?
like
You're
this
in her
very
house.
problematic. To say the least.
And that's how you know he's
Like
evil.
that, and you think you're gonna conquer the world.
Silence.
Speaking of early 2000s, Smash Mouth covered
have
Don't
no
You Forget
idea
About Me,
how
and
perfect
it's
our plan
very, you know,
Now take her away. What the?
I mean, I don't know what you mean, but I don't know how to put such a thing into words either. Okay, maybe this is just coming away from Time Crisis 1, but this actually feels much faster than I remember. I see ya. Sneaky boy. Ow. I don't know why I set this to 1 life, but I have. It's infinite continues though, if I recall correctly. Which way do I go? Because the whole thing with the sequel was, oh, it's 2-player. Very, very early 2000s. The mostest. Get that pan out of the way. It was a terrorist pan. We all knew what I was up to. See, the boss is on the other side, so I feel like I'm doing my teammate's job here. I'm certainly getting through this faster, but again, that might just be the higher frame rate. Not that I'm entirely certain. 1 second. I'm suddenly not 100% confident this is coming out at 60 FPS. If that does anything. See, this is definitely a better capture device than the one I had before, but it's not that it's got fewer. It actually, no, tell a lie. It definitely has fewer options, but also if I want to change resolution that it's trying to capture, then I have to like go back into the HDMI capture thing in OBS. It's very bizarre. Anyway, barrels go and die. Apparently, I was reading earlier today that not every version of this game features produce coming out of those barrels. And I cannot think for the life of me why. So my only thought on the frame rate issue is perhaps, mayhaps, this is running at 50 Hz. And that's just turning out to be, it just looks a bit slower to my eyes, I'm not sure. 50 Hz shouldn't make a giant difference compared to 60, not to the extent that it kind of looks through OBS. I'll have to check back the stream later to double check. Also, I think one thing that helps my performance in this game versus 1 is guns a lot less unwieldy. And of course there's knife boys, because this is Time Crisis, and why wouldn't they be there? There's more he is. I know it. Also, really, really good call up in the ammo count to 9 instead of 6. Oh, another fun little addition. Suddenly I have an infinite machine gun for this particular section. And you can just watch the hit combo go all the way up. It's lovely. Ow! And the combo's gone. Ooh. It's a little less exhausting with this game for some reason. I have to remember to actually let the cutscenes play out. It's just for my benefit this time.
We gotta stop them now. Yes, sir.
Nee. Now we're fighting a boat. Fuck you, boat. No, really fuck you, boat. I wasn't meant to get shot there. And this is the section called Accidentally Shoot Your Teammate. Yeah, that is deliberately what the game is going for, see? Crosses your path all the goddamn time. And then these fuckers with knives. Because nobody learned the key tenet of bringing a knife to a gunfight. Not one of you bastards. Okay, some of you bastards. Some of you have guns. No, stop it. You've had your turn. You fucked it up. Get out of here with your knives. Spoiler alert, they do not get out of here with their knives. Or at least other guys in completely different costumes turn up with knives. To be fair, waterproofing guns is basically impossible. I wouldn't want the job of trying to waterproof buns either, in fairness. Ah. I mean, there are some guns that'll fire underwater, at least according to video games, but I don't know how that works.
And they're moving it by train.
We better get going. There's no time to lose.
Oh yeah, another addition from the arcade. Loading times. But it's loading from discs, so that is basically impossible not to have.
They're on to you. That fool Yakov. How dare he fail? Hurry up.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from, mate? Of course they have a sports car, why wouldn't they? Ugh. See if I can get the microphone to still work, but be out of swingy gun range. Do it. Running people over instead of shooting them, I don't understand this part. Ow. I think I was going for some kind of like 1 credit challenge thing by putting the lives down to 1, but now I remember that it shoots everyone on screen when you come back from a continue. See, more knife boys. Told you. So essentially I've made the game easier whenever I get hit. It's not really what I intended. However, I'd forgotten I'd set that thing. So yeah, it's still got bonus guys, but 1, they're not orange anymore, and 2, they don't give you extra time, they give you points. You can get this in one magazine. Ow. Nope.
Machine gun.
Shoot them with car. I cast car. Now, which way do I go? Yeah, it's down. It's always down for this one, I don't know why. It's depending on the section that you're in, you might go the route that your partner could be seen in. And I basically never end up going the route that goes up the stairs. Don't know why. Don't know if I'm too quick, too slow, if I shoot the wrong guy, if I shoot the right guy. Not sure how that bit works. And another just nice wee treat. Shoot fuck out some barrels. And nearly get shot by a red guy. How annoying would that have been? I never get anyone, not anyone, everyone in this bit. Damned if I don't try, but it's not quite possible. And I don't know if it counts as very early 2000s or if it's just fucking ridiculous, but wait till you see the boss battle in this one. Because there's over the top and there's over the top. Like, the top is a distant blur below you. For one thing, he had a minigun in one arm. Nice glass smashing effect, to be fair. And am I going in there first? Nope, no I'm not. Alright, I'll help you out, man. There we are. The number of people you've shot in the crotch is disconcerting. That's the thing, when they only go down in one hit, you're not too worried about where exactly you're aiming, so long as you hit them. There you go, a headshot for you. Is that better? I promise I wasn't aiming for the crotch. And you can believe that or not, as you wish. Might need to get the fan on in here in a minute. Don't know where I would put it though. And that's part of the satellite, I guess.
Nice try, boys. Did my jobs to protect your satellite. It's time for you.
From a certain perspective, either choice is a hitch. Badoom and Tish. There we go, just got him before he gave us another salvo. How's that then? How's this for ridiculous? I cast ICBM. And then he flees in a helicopter. Like an absolute pant wetter. Will he shoot at me or... Nope, he shoots at my partner, that's fine. Whew. That is definitely an improper use of a missile. No OSHA compliance here whatsoever. So here's something that someone here might be able to answer. Is it just me or have they changed the I am from this country tags to be just country tags? Because there used to be a Scottish tag, but I can't find it anymore. But there's a Scotland tag. Like that his guns shot either spaghetti or meatballs, mostly depending on whether he was shooting at you or the other guy. I take it the red is the meatballs. I would hope so, otherwise
Is just about
you've got
complete.
kind of orangey yellow meatballs, then you fucked it up somewhere. Unless it's a cheese sauce.
Your project is going down in flames. They'll be here soon.
Oh,
I'm expecting them.
what's kind of impressive that they managed to animate his smirk there.
Alive.
General Diaz, we've got trouble.
Sauce and meatballs.
Wild dog. It's time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they just changed it to say Scotland. Didn't know if there was like a thing about that or whatnot. Like a mentioned event or some such. Fuck that helicopter in particular. Ow.
Action. Action.
There's all sorts of little bits that I never managed to get in this section. Ow.
Continue.
Like not shot. I never managed to catch the not shot. Oh, caught that points guy. Twitch, communicating anything. These things do not go together. You know, when you put it like that, I should have seen it coming. Tiny's that guy up there. Jesus. Surprised I hit that one. Now, that yellow guy, never hit him. I've not managed it once. Wait for it. That's my boy. He's back. For no explained reason. Also, he's got a minigun for an arm. That is also unexplained, but does it need to be? See, you'd think it would just be Wild Dog you need to shoot at, but no, bastards keep coming out. Slowing me down. Ow. Bit of a small section. Goddamn Barrett ripoff man here. Exactly. This is way after FF7.
Wild dog. Why is it taking you
And by
so
way, I mean
much
a couple
time
of
to
years.
Get rid of them? All right. I'll take care of
But
this.
why'd you ask the question if you're not going to wait for an answer? You're not a good boss, sir. No good boss should have a rocket launcher. Goddamn teammates, who needs them? Dude, yeah. And more helicopters, because fuck me, right? Don't shoot her, because it'll probably penalise me for it. I was going to say it was obviously dying. But the gun's on the wrong arm. Not that I expect anyone else to know that. True, I don't remember which arm the gun was on for Barrett. I was thinking about that, I couldn't remember which side Dines is.
You fools.
Well, of course it's the opposite to Barrett's. Why would it not be? Okay, last two sections. Of course, Wild Dog's over, so the game may as well be done. Ow. You know what, she's a special agent, she can take a bullet, right? Aha! Clear that thing. And then he decides, nope, more trouble than it's worth. Yeet!
Oh, thank you.
Also, someone explained to me how that rescue worked. Was Red Jacket Guy holding on to Blue Jacket Guy?
Diaz, he's about to launch a nuclear satellite.
Look, satellite needs a power source. You don't have to worry about contamination in space.
It's just a prototype. We're ready to launch the real one. You are like roaches. I underestimated your persistence. This is not a real satellite. Anyway, let me entertain you.
This is just a prototype. No, it's not a real satellite. I mean, make up your damn mind, sir. Also, I think you technically only need to shoot him, but if you shoot the bits of the satellite, eventually, they will fall off. Eventually. There we go. Nope, nope, it's not off at all. There it goes. I know it's not things falling off that triggers the changing of sections. I don't think it is anyway, because... There we go. Oh Christ, this thing's still here. I'll probably kill the guy before I end up taking this laser. Tell a lie, I did it. I was gonna say, I'll probably kill the guy before I take the laser out because my wrist is going. But you saw how hard I was. I was pulling the trigger, so. Anyway, Rocket decided it was tired, so just exploded instead. Bleeded. And C as they cling to life on a piece of a nuclear satellite. I like how she gives the thumbs up, like she's not actually there to rescue them, just to let them know. Good job, by the way. And years later, they all died of nuclear-related cancers. Just a quick pause before you go in the helicopter, because, you know, you don't know when you're going to get that chance again, so you'll take the chance to pause. I understand. By the way, if anybody knows of any nice ways of scaling SCART footage up to 1080p, this one's okay, but I'd like to look into shinier options. Oh, that's very close to nice accuracy, if you ignore the decimal point. Unlike last time, this actually will save my place. I'd love to know how she was piloting that little boat. Her hand wasn't on the throttle and it stopped how? Excellent questions all. So yeah, like I said, I've been playing this a fair bit. Okay, I'm going to show you one more thing from this. Then, gonna have a little break. Rest my wrist a little.
Time crisis.
And then we'll move on to something else. Something that may not even be Time Crisis. I can remember where it is. Yep, this is the one. So, what this is essentially a bunch of little mini games. Little mini shooty missions. Ikikin has a little wrist break as a treat. Damn right I can. So the game will set you a bunch of challenges. They're laid out in days for some reason, and the final one is of particular interest given the games we've been playing. You might recognize that name. If not, you might recognize his face in a second. So you get through all of those challenges, unlock the final day, and this is your reward. A loading screen. But after that, this is your reward. You get to face off against the protagonist of the last game. And if you're me, probably shoot him in the crotch.
Action!
I don't know how many shots he actually takes before he'll move to the next area. Or indeed, if it's consistent. Like, say, the number of shots he takes. That part got me for ages. I did eventually finish this one at some point. Yeah, not promised the same today. I'll have a go. Also, the man is fucking made of metal because Jesus Christ, look how many bullets he's taken.
Action!
Sneaky. Going down low. Where you know I will not look. For I'm like the opposite of the stereotypical dog. I cannot look down. And I failed because I ran out of time. You know what? One more go. Because I'm pretty sure very close to finishing that one.
Action!
And yes, I will just be cheap and shoot where he's meant to be. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, I get 2 lives? Or it would only be 1. I mean, I probably lost it right there just because I haven't got enough time, but still. Kind of impressed with myself though. Had to say it, didn't I? Okay, yep, there we go. Go to the pause screen. And then you can do it, I believe. It sadly was not enough. I've let you down. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, it'll take a couple of minutes. There's nothing going on here, so I'm just going to run an ad break. Hopefully reduce the amount of random ads you might get and the pre-roll ads people might get when they come in. So, back in a little bit. So it's only an hour and a half later I realised I never actually tweeted that I was live. I am a silly. But here's something different. In several ways. Different than usual for this series, although, in fairness, this is a series that does go in some strange directions sometimes. Like the first Resident Evil shooting game in this franchise, but skipped over that one because I'd already played it, albeit on a controller, and I didn't really fancy going back to it. So weirdly, I seem to be noticing more distortion than I remember. Like I said, this is going from console to a splitter and then out to both a CRT and a capture device. So, whilst it is boosting the signal at the same time, you're splitting an analog signal. You're going to lose some of it. Tweeting that you're live is for nerds. But Doctor, I am nerds. And I'm going normal. Now, that actually says, establishing a kingdom where beauty has absolute authority is the dream, which I must make a reality. Morpheus D. Actually, that was much clearer on OBS than it was on my telly. That's unexpected. 1 second, I'm going to check some connections while this plays out. Uppercase T virus, you cretins.
Refused to abort the project. And once again, the threat of biological terror was thrust upon the world. A large amount of T-virus was stolen 3 days ago. The terrorist group hit an Umbrella lab in France. Yesterday, one of Umbrella's cruisers
Yeah, that's a bit better.
contaminated with the same virus.
I will need this. No, the frame rate didn't drop. It just slowed down at the end of that CG sequence for no good reason. None. Is the intro again?
Why you American spies choose to use such ugly guns is still a mystery to me.
Morpheus.
So, weird insult, but okay. It's unique. Also, is that a revolver you've got? Because that has its own set of disadvantages. I have to hit me harder than that to knock me out. T-virus.
I'm afraid that's all the playtime we have for today. You die. Now.
Good looking CG in all fairness. Oh dear, somebody didn't bring a slow-mo camera onto set, which is irrelevant because it's all CG. Aha! I won't let you get shot. I'll blow you up instead. And the boat's gonna sink. Well done. Oh, that's smart. Oh, I can't be bothered. In fairness, that's more injury from an explosion than most people show. If you were that close to a proper sized explosion, even though that's not how frag grenades work, don't look like that. It'd probably liquefy your organs with that. So, the interesting part, what a flop, indeed. The interesting part of all this is you actually get to move around. And you might be wondering how that works. Well, on yon device here, there's actually a D-pad on the back, so... Time controls again, because, you know, Resident Evil, but... There you get places. You didn't even flip first. Aye, nae style to the Memphis, nae style. Okay. And there's buttons on the side. So, move around with the D-pad and press the button on the side to... well, to action. See if we can get this in shot. There we go. Just a heads up, by the way, I don't know where all of them are, but there are going to be depictions of people who have hanged themselves. And I don't know where that is. I'm not going to be able to point it out in advance. So if this has to become a listening only stream for you, that's fine. Just letting you know in advance. Those. Yeah, it's a lot of this kind of thing where if you get close to something you're not going to be able to interact with, the game tells you in advance. Also gives you fucking hundreds of bullets. And yet a limit on how much ammo you can carry. I mean, it's a bit weird to get used to, but kind of fun at the same time. Now, obviously I'm not able to show how the combat bit works yet. I'm gonna try and get my way around this because there's no reason to interact with that corpse, so I am not going to. And I'll keep it out of shot if possible. So we've got the key to first class. Did anyone catch the plot of this, by the way? I think he's on the boat to take out Rustin Parr, and he got caught. So how does the light gun bit work? Well, you fire once at the screen, and suddenly you're in first person. Then you move to get back out of it. Here we'll do a bit more combat in here. There we go. Use the first class key. And we're in first class, lucky us. It's got a couple of quality of life things where zombies fucking fly, apparently. No. Where you press left and right to start looking at interesting things nearby, like zombies that are going to bite your head off. Yeah, a lot of people forget that Capcom did go in some odd directions for the Resident Evil franchise. Little experimental games. Because who thought you would get a Resident Evil game where you control the whole ass thing with the gun controller? I don't think you could even do that with, what do you call it, the first shooting game. Resident Evil Survivor, that's the one. Or Gun Survivor, depending on your region. I have no explanation as to why those zombies just fucking fly across the room. None whatsoever. You died at Jiu-Jitsu. A child demonstrated he had functionally infinite energy. Just wore you down, was it? Also, get that kid on a treadmill, then you'll sort out the world's energy problems. Also, welcome in. Hope you're not too sore. Or you at least learned something from it. Can't play the piano. Garbage game, 0 out of 10. Off with your hat. Bullets. Oh, there we go. Proper fight. You've been lurking, you think. You think? Anyway. But yes, I learned stuff. Just now I am mostly puddle. Well, that's fair. I would certainly be puddle if I attempted, you know, any of the exercise right now. Hello, sir! Because I am fit as a tuba. See, pretty sure I went in a circle there, so the fact that these fuckers respawned is particularly galling. Also, if anybody's played Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy Color, this combat system might not be completely unfamiliar. In fact, it looks quite similar. Holy shite, you've got an actual gun! I don't know why I made you sound like Matt Berry there. Fit as a tuba, did you hear that right? You heard correct. Although a tuba has curves, I suppose. Fit as a Korg synthesizer. Although they have at least nice clean lies. Lies? Lines. Lee. But yes, real ass hardware tonight. And you'd think, given that I've already gone in a circle once, more than likely, that I would look at a map. But that is the coward's way out. Donk. Also, no way to look up and down. That's not useful. So yeah, we are absolutely going backwards. Yes, real ass hardware. What's... You're not allowed to get up. I refuse. And yes, technically you do have a limited ammo count. It just functionally never seems to make a difference. I mean, are you telling me you wouldn't play on ass hardware if you could? Rather than emulate it? I don't know what kind of euphemism I'm going for here. Yeah, I can't remember when anything interesting starts happening in this game. Maybe here? Maybe the other side of all that walking I did? Might be moving away from this boy. And failing. Now just move a bit. Oh, I am actually out of bullets. Holy shit. Yeah. Tank controls, you failed me again. Oh boy. Right. Try over here. And here it'll turn out I have actually gone in complete circles. Yeah, fuck this. I don't know if there's anything else particularly interesting about this game. I've not gotten very far into it, but I thought the control scheme was worth showing off. You can play it with a controller as well, or indeed... I was let down a little too quickly on that one. Sorry, this will require some shuffling of ports. 1 second. I try not to knock anything over. Yes, there we go. Because you can play it with just the controller. Helps if you have bullets, obviously. No, don't return to the fucking... That's not what I thought restart would do, game, but okay. So yes, I will try to better demonstrate how it plays on controller. Excuse me. Again, probably not a million miles away from Gun Survivor. Right analog does nothing. Left analog does a movie bounty. Oh, I do get to strafe if I hold down this button, so presumably... No. I thought if I press the same button on the gun that did that same thing. I would be able to strafe. And it looked like it wanted to, but then decided the button on the right that does it. Why? Anyway, you press R1 to go into this mode. Hooray! Anything else I can do here? Is there a reload button? There is! It's R2. But you can also play it in bizarre tandem. One hand on regular controller. And you'll still be able to strafe into action. But when the time comes, you'll be able to just point at the screen and start shooting. So it gives you options, does that game. Okay, so we'll go from something mildly interesting to something that's a bit shite and I haven't been able to ever play more than 5 minutes of, which is Endgame. Yep, that's the best it's going to look with that lighting setup. And no, I've not actually reset the PlayStation 2 yet, so there we go. Actually, not going to need the controller that's down there, because normally I was using that for a foot pedal, but this game does not support that. For what this game is essentially a Time Crisis ripoff, from what I've played. No gun calibration yet, and nevertheless, I am asked to fire. Intriguing. Wonder how well they thought that was going to go. With that name and that logo, you just know this is going to be a pile of shit, don't you? Oh well. Big in the gum. And there's a woman. Incidentally, I don't think I've ever seen a hip wiggle like that in my entire life.
Hello? TV.
Are you tired of the same old fantasies? With the
And hurry it up, I need to appear in an off-Broadway production of Run Lola Run. No idea what the plot is either, so I'm learning along with yous.
Your dream is our dream.
News channel.
Abelard Huxley of Eurodream. Shares in the company rocketed once again today with the global launch of Virtual World tomorrow, only 2 days away.
Off. Game. Retro folder. Mighty Joe Jupiter.
Mighty Joe Jupiter!
Ladies learned hella hard into the I Like Red theme. Gotcha. That's your intro. She hears one or two things on the news, gets bored, and starts playing Mighty Joe Jupiter. Love the ammo count HUD. It's so nostalgic from the last game. Yes. Release button to reload. Press button to reload, I think. We can kind of aim in peace. It's on, please. My screen option is nice, to be fair. It's the most year 2000 UI I've ever seen. It seems to be a theme today. Also, hello, welcome in.
Answer. Hey, Tyler.
Jade, get out! They're coming for you!
Whoa, whoa.
They're coming for me
Tyler,
too, but
slow
you've got
down.
time to.
Who's coming?
No time. There's a gun behind your fridge. Find it and get...
Tyler! Tyler!
Tyler, why did you do that? Also, is that a fucking Desert Eagle? That's, to my mind, that is not a beginner gun, but I'm not an expert either. Christ. I thought Bethesda made shit happen with renderware. Look at this. So I could be wrong, but I think a Desert Eagle holds more than 6 bullets. Also, this motion blur is real fucking distracting. You can see why I'm calling this a Time Crisis ripoff. And hilariously, this has the tagline of "Light gun gaming has evolved." And also, there's not even a dash between light and gun, it's a dot. Who does that?
There she is.
I should have seen if there was a gun calibration option actually, because there's a touch on the offside. I feel like I have to aim up a little bit more than I should usually have to. My instinct was to shoot the differently coloured guy and get points, but I have the sneaking suspicion that he is in fact a civilian. And that fella almost certainly is, so no shooting. So I guess that's one evolution of the light gun genre that was already done in Virtua Cop and OW. OW in particular is a fantastic game, doesn't get enough press. Anybody else? Yeah, man. Right, just allow that in there. It's permitted term, fuck. Fun fact about Desert Eagle. The Wachowski sisters were talking to a weapons expert about what weapons the agents should use in the Matrix. They suggested Desert Eagle, and the gun expert said, "Oh fuck no, that's an asshole gun," which is why Agent Smith uses one. It is like the popular choice, isn't it? The old Deagle. And I'm not saying that some people who play shooter games are assholes, but I'm saying that they're arseholes. Me chat is paused due to scroll, and I didn't want it to. If they didn't want to die, they shouldn't have decided to be the red shirt that day. Speaking of red shirt. Very cautious about where I'm aiming my gun here, because, you know, aim is a little bit off. At least compared to Time Crisis before it. And Dead Aim for that matter. And both of those games let you calibrate your aim, so I can only assume that's something to do with it. Desert Eagle to me makes sense for the agents because, you know, it has the stopping power necessary to get through quite a lot of things, and you don't have to worry about kickback because the digital wrists can handle it. Get out of your own garden, sir, it's not safe. I don't know if you can hear the music properly as well, but it's really vibing with this whole 2000s thing. Also, would it have killed you to add some kind of texture on those walls? Maybe there is, I just couldn't quite see. That is no texture. I take it back. There's no texture there whatsoever. Also, can I have that ladder? Looks very handy.
Jade, if you're watching this, they've got me. Eurodream launches virtual world tomorrow in 2 days.
So it's Westworld.
To track VR citizens and send subliminals. It's mind control.
Send subliminals. Why has this person lit their home with nothing but green LEDs? I know. It's way too close to blue. That's going to keep you up all night looking at that. Oh, look, a sports car. In a shooting power fantasy game. Seem to have a weird type, don't they?
Is she dead yet?
I'm competent.
I'm in danger.
Do your job and keep out of my way.
The target is on site. This is a security alert. The target was last located in Sector B. Repeat, she is on site.
That's the wrong use of sight.
Front lobby. She came through the front door, you idiot.
Why am I suddenly very confident about winning this game? Okay, that was a crotch shot, I'll grant you. Not deliberate, but it happened. Not proud of it, but there it is. What a shit show of a security setup, right? Fucking Umbrella had better security than this. It was so bad at security that a town had to get nuked. At the taxpayer's expense. Honestly, it does make the hand strain worse that I have to hold this button instead of being able to do the pedal technique. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so it's time off for shooting civilians. It's weird that I expected the penalty to be harsher. Ow. Somehow not dead yet. Come on, you're throwing the grenades past me. Not gonna do anything. But you're hoping to yeet me in the head? I instinctively stayed in cover a little longer than it was necessary because I thought, oh, that grenade's gonna explode behind me.
Put down your weapon.
I just want a polite chat.
I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
Go to hell, Westerman.
After you.
Everyone is armed, even with grenades, inside, but no one has any idea how to communicate or flank. Shit show. Ow. Well, I've shot him once at least. That's progress. I will hide behind this tree. I have the stealth hiding skills of a cat. That's more like it. Ow. Rude. Also rude, but way more my fault. Are they really going with the wild dog death? Or am I going to pick up that grenade later? Or pick it up and use it later, I mean. Nope. Goodbye, Waterman, or whatever your name was. You are a mannequin that I'm going to miss. There was coughing there. He clearly survived. He's coming back. You're willing to shoot him there. You're surely willing to kill him.
Looking for this, Jade?
No, that doesn't fit in there.
Eurodream is not the kind of company you can mess with, Jade.
Who the fuck even am I?
You're going nowhere. This is a losing situation for you, baby.
I didn't come here to lose, Angeles.
Just all I know here is Jade Cornell knows what to do. She's armed and ready. Though Tyler knew the truth about Eurodream technology. It's quite vague. That's my point. Ow. Probably hurt. I'm half tempted to just sit there for a while and see if one of the normal moods can actually hurt me. Ow. He can. That's understandable, he's a boss. And yeah, of course, if the flash comes up, that will hurt also. Out the window you go. Told you. So yeah, surely that's going to put a drawback in the old Eurodream project.
Tyler said he would send you for me to start the update. I need you to collect all 3 key cards.
Yeah, here we go. Collect 3 bear arses to save the world. I get it.
2 are held in company divisions.
Oh, I'm going globetrotting. Okay, great. This is a brilliant thing to spring upon me at short notice. Person who was not at all involved in this to begin with. I'm tempted to just carry on and see how long it takes to get the next key card. And now we're under what? I mean, there's 3 screenshots on the back here. Oh no, we're in a jungle. And one of these screenshots is of it's atop a snowy mountain of some kind. Here, arse. My arse might save the world. Well, better keep it in good condition then. You never know when it might need to be ready. Oh dear. God, how long has that joke been going for us? Come on. So my analysis here is that they've implemented about half a Time Crisis game. God, over a year now. It feels like longer, strangely enough. my god. Straight under the rock there, no hesitation. Absolutely not crippled with pain and able to aim afterwards. The lower back strength you must need for that. Absolutely nuts. Also, I think that was the civilian, but honestly I didn't see the thing that said, you have lost time because of this. And as much as the game is trying, I have yet to run out of time even once. And we just teleport into a factory of some kind. Was it meant to be like an instantaneous switch between she's getting shot to this is the thing that is shooting her? And they just didn't think, maybe we should find out if we can load stuff whilst an FMV plays. Because some games had figured this out by then. Okay, I'm one person untrained with a gun. When did you decide that rocket launchers became necessary in that situation? Oh really? I thought these guns were for tickling. Kill her, Jesus. Not only can you guys no aim for toffee, they've got no banter behind them whatsoever. Coloured red, I thought it might explode. Ow. Still somehow not out of health. I have been hit a couple of times now. I do not know how these work. Oh, I am meant to shoot her. Anybody else? Nope. Ow. Might have gone into cover if my finger hadn't slipped on the button. Honestly, this is getting a touch fatiguing. Ow. Ow. Wait, that didn't kill me. I'm confused. The cut to the face, just, you know, a little mild inconvenience for our Jade, is that it? Okay, I have officially no idea how this health system works. There we go. She shot 800 of us. Don't worry, Sally will sneak up on her with a knife. Knives don't work in gunfights. Have we learned nothing tonight?
I'll kill you.
Yeah, because that's worked out so far. Maybe there were like 800 of them have failed to kill her with guns of various types. We're as well trying the knife. I get her? That's a good dog. Okay, the moving cover thing is a little more used than it is in Time Crisis. That's kind of interesting. And also underused because he was way too quick to be killed. Must try harder. 2 out of 10.
I am Abelard Huxley, president of Eurodream, and you, Jay Cornell, are trespassing on Eurodream property. Virtual world
Trespassing? That's the charge you want to go with?
hours. The media are lapping it up like a thirsty cat. We are now the first trans-dimensional mega brand. Do you think I let Tyler or you jeopardize that?
Oh god. You just know that some tech bro has tried to launch a trans-dimensional mega brand. Ah, it's this prick again. Cheerio! The murder is apparently incidental, indeed. It's like, oh, the murder? No, that's fine. We've got a budget. We've budget for that. It's fine. A little combat roll to move half a meter. So we're in a sub base? Is that better than a dom base? Who knows? You didn't expect those to explode, honestly. Like, it made logical sense, but for a game like this, you'd think, they would be differently coloured if they exploded. But the game's like, no, that should explode. We'll make it explode. That's cool. Oh boy. I had to have I would have to have a think if I was going to clamber up a ladder that big. That is a commitment. Then again, she's already travelled to 2 countries at this point in search of these key cards, so commitment is clearly not the problem. Not in question at all. That said, the game giving you very frequent breaks to rest your arms is actually kind of nice. You just shoot it once and break it yourself. Because you're in severe danger of hitting him. Oh boy, are they really bringing in the butt metal? Here we fucking go. Remember to stretch, everyone. Okay, now we're going. Jesus. Ow. Still no deed somehow. Took a rocket launcher to the face. That. Second rocket launcher to the face, but I have some kind of shield. Is that what that health indicator is trying to tell me? Shit out of his legs, even though he's utterly dead. Nice flippy death there, though. I'll give them points for that. Gun is the answer. What was the question? It doesn't matter. Shoot the question for all I care. Gun is the answer. Gun. Gun. Hello. I would like to cuddle. Okay, so. Ow. So just shoot the robot in the face till it dies. Sure. No, there's my boy again. So irritating when I get shot. Jeez. You just know some of these actors are like, right, this is my one death scene, I'm gonna knock the shit out of it. Dead yet? Struggling a bit? Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you for the quote goggles.
So it's Jay. You really hours.
Until what? The virtual fuck thing goes online? What's it called? It just says virtual reality on this. Multiple skill-based endings in this apparently. Hyper mode where the action steps up a gear. No idea. Many hidden features and sub-games. Again, why no DOM games? Right. That was a weird train. Yep, turns out they still have guns. They've not given up on that. Okay. Yeah, it's not kill her anymore, it's just stop her. Like, we're not setting our expectations all that high, frankly, given the everything that's been going on. History will not bear us out that that's a possibility. I think that sentence made sense. Ow. Still not dead. I am confused. And so is she by the look of it. Oh, you again. This is the closest he's come to catching up, in all fairness. Good job, lad. Good. You did well. Did good. Gold star on your homework. Although for all the kidding I've done, this does run at a pretty solid 60 FPS, which is very nice. Ow. You remember those rounds you did great stamps teachers had? Yeah. I remember a variety of them, but not exactly what they said apart from you did great, and I only remember that because you literally just said it, so... Not so much with the remembering, and I finally died. Oh. So it's compelling enough, but it does not have the same kind of flair that Time Crisis has. There we go. But yeah, there were loads of them. I also don't remember the details. It's been a while, in fairness. It has been a long time. I got 5th. Don't know how to feel about that. Now, just to check if there is a config. There is a calibration. Yeah, seems a bit better. Classic bum. Alright. Since I'm frankly sick of that. We'll go back to Time Crisis for a bit, see where that series ended up. Spoiler, multiple weapons, that's where it ended up. For any aficionados of the PS2 boot up sound, there it is again. Nope. There we go. The laser is possibly getting a bit aged in this thing. It wasn't new when I bought it, and I bought it in 2005, so...
Lucana, one of the most beautiful
what can I say? Endgame did not deserve my full initials. Or IKI.
This morning, the Zagorius Federation, one of the Mediterranean coastal nations, launched a unilateral military offensive against Estigos Island, a territory of the nation of Lucana which has been seeking independence. Despite protests from various nations, the Zagorian forces continue their invasion of Estigos, and sources believe it is only a matter of time before the island is completely occupied.
VSSE has learned that the Zagorius army has deployed tactical missiles on Estigos Island that will be a threat not only to Lucana, but to the surrounding nations as well. 2 of their best agents were sent in to remove this threat.
And we're telling the enemy all about it. And yeah, I had to make sure the regular PS2 controller was in the second port. That's the only way I can use this. Pedal.
Surprise. Wild dog.
Can't even wait for it to be a reveal at the end. Show them in the trailers. Then again, it's Time Crisis. Are you going to be surprised that Wild Dog shows up?
And now, time to get rid of you both. Giorgio Zast.
Why does he have a sword?
Time Crisis 3.
A knife in a gunfight does not mean... Did they look at knife in a gunfight and went, right, that didn't work. I'll try a sword. That's bigger. It's got to work a lot better, right? Oh, dear. So yeah, you'll notice down the bottom of the screen when this starts up. Multiple weapons is the thing you do. And these fucks just look like they're on holiday.
No, I'd say 7.
Longer knife. What can go wrong? Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword.
Stop right there.
Yeah, I remember Man of Medan going differently. Oh my god. Where were those? How did I not see those on approach? Also, you had to have set up a ramp behind the boat, which would also have been visible. Oh, shit's ridiculous sometimes. Funny thing is, most of the time you can just play with the pistol. Oh, and that's what the yellow guys do now. They give you the weapons. shots. This is the first one I remember where some enemies take multiple shots, and by enemies I mean non-boss enemies, obviously. Which I really like the one shot and they're dead kind of mechanic. Feels powerful. That whole one shot, one kill thing feels quite nice. And that was a whole ass tower thing. Of course. Explode the everything. Oh, now I have to climb over flaming rocks. That's not going to be good for your complexion. Not the most exciting segment now, I'll be honest. Probably aim with two hands. Spent many pound coins on this game. Oh yes. As I said earlier, Time Crisis 2 was that one for me, because there was a local copy. Which I'm gonna have to go back to that place to find out if it's still there. You probably want me to go to that place for other reasons, but you just switch the weapons when you're in the reloading stance. Hatchets! We've had this discussion before. Just basically any melee weapons. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out. It's not going to go as you hope. In fact, none of this is, because I have a lot more continues than you lot do. Oh, I can actually shoot that one. Okay. Over to your pals first. Nope, I refuse to use any proper weapons for this. Handgun, yet another artillery weapon.
Seems to be a wrecked ship.
Yeah.
No, it's just sleeping.
Uh-oh. Over there.
I really am going to have to be careful because the wrist is getting hurting. I do type for a living, so it could cause problems later on. Like tomorrow, when I have to work. I think his feet technically touch the ground, but you know, stylish enough that I think it's okay. Fucking hatchets, though. Who carries them around on a battlefield like this? Are you looking to go Inglorious Bastards on us? Is that the idea? Get yourself a couple of scalps. That's silly. Oh, that explodes. Okay, shoot that. Ow. Rude. You're all rude. First you invade a country, then you shoot me. It's just... Cannot emphasize how rude that is. Overemphasize, I should mean. I can't emphasize it, I just did. How that word works. Alright, we'll get past the first area at least. Kinda cool that you can shoot that big though. Okay, I concede. When faced with flames in the face, maybe go with the machine gun. Ow. Nice depth of field though. I don't know if that was a pre-rendered cutscene or not. Granted, this is an interesting level. I will grant them. Ow. Rude. And yes, I have to say it every time, otherwise they won't know how rude they are. And they might just keep doing it, thinking it's okay. But it's not. You don't shoot people. You just don't. Please ignore exactly what I'm doing at this moment. And then everything exploded. Oh. Many mixed messages here. Just do as I say, unless I tell you not to, and I'll let you know if it contradicts the other stuff when it shouldn't have. I mean, how much more clear can I be? Damn it. Remember, shoot driver. Then the whole thing falls over. Okay, it doesn't help when there's somebody in the way of the driver. Or if there's an ammoman that you want to shoot. Alright, there we go. A lot of those fuckers. And absolutely not enough of grenades coming out of those ammomen. Then again, they do go absolutely flying when I shoot them off of that thing, so that doesn't help. Ow. Damn it, none of you were grenades. Fuck it. Shotguns. Way easier way to hit the drivers of those things. Ow, again. I can shoot the grenades out of the air. Yay! Most fortuitous to learn. Oh, I know what you're going to do. Is it grenades? It's grenades! And I nearly ran out of time, Jesus. Where are you driving so far in a straight line? Feels like you may be on a Mario Kart level. Yeah. Although honestly, I've never seen a Mario Kart level that straight. But Christ, was that a highway or what?
My name is Alicia. I'm with the Lucano Liberation Army. And you two must be Alan and Wesley from the PSSE.
Are you working alone? You're out of your mind.
My brother, I mean our men, We're captured by the Zagorius army while carrying out a mission to destroy
My
the
brother,
tactical
I mean our man.
See, so they're using the hostages as bait to force the resistance to surrender, right?
Yes, but that will never happen.
And so you came all the way by yourself to rescue your brother.
No, my man, I was very clear about this. Was constantly a bridge in the distance which you never went under. Look, it was really far away and also really small.
The tactical missiles are hidden in the military facility.
Yeah, I'll play a bit of this level, but I think my wrist is kind of done at this point.
It's been used for supply transportation, and it will be our only route to the facility.
Looks like a new route just opened up. No, honestly, if I was being sensible, I would just use the machine gun more, because I can hold the trigger down as opposed to rapidly mash it. It's part of the problem. Blow up the everything. Da, 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 da. Entirely fair. Over 2 hours of gun will do that. Even if one is dedicated to the Church of Gun, or whatever the fuck it ended up being called in that campaign. Ow. Fuck you, plates. You too. You're a terrible partner. Blessed be the dog. Yes. Love the dog. Fear the dog. Be horribly confused by the dog. 2 hours of gunishment. Yes. Ow. Fuck yous all. Yeah, you can get why this part is maybe worth hanging on for. With the gratuitous urban environment and the cover that it brings. What's the wrist pain? I have no idea if it's one of those exercise pains or if it is just full on. This is not something you should be doing and you should rest now. But soon I will rest. Bell. Ringing bells at all given opportunities. Also, this part's fun. Upside down! But, you know, fucking abs these guys must have to pull that off. And it's bastards on motorbikes. How does the game choose which one it cuts to? Because it seems like it passes about 3 on the way to its next target. Ow. Fuck even were you? Okay, we'll get this bit and just see where we end up. No. I'm sad to say I am done. Like, not only is it the wrist, but it's the tip muscles as well. I don't have a better name for it. The tip muscles. I must acquiesce. So, with vaguely triumphant music in the background, it just stopped for some reason. Oh, of course, because the video source is no longer in play. There we go. It is done. I did the thing. I got to use my bizarre setup of a SCART booster and all that stuff to play lightgun games. I had pectoral. No, I'm pretty sure I mean tip muscles, Swat Freak. No, you're right. Those are the ones. And it probably is the best workout they've had in quite a while. So, how's about that I find someone who is... I'd be very surprised if anybody was streaming in the Time Crisis category. You know what, if that's kind of in the middle, maybe not. I'll have a look-see. See who's streaming something that is somewhat related to what happened. Of course, I'm afraid that if I do switch to somebody who's playing Time Crisis, they'll have a better capture setup than me, and I'll feel horribly inadequate. Nope, there's Dino Crises, but that's a completely different company. It's a good stream. Thank you. If they won't have your lovely face, and this will pale in comparison. Oh, start. I don't know. Okay, tell you what. Of the people that I see online at the moment, and bearing in mind that sometimes this fucking thing lies to me and says people are not online when they are. In terms of people I follow, Twitch has decided to list 5 people. So you had to pick between a fella playing Doom 2 and a fella playing the Dig on an Apple Mac Power PC. What would you think? What would you go for? I know I've rated one of them before, but I can't mind if I've rated the other. If there's no preferences expressed, then I'll just do the metaphorical equivalent of flipping a coin, because I've not even seen a coin in probably years at this point. And all I've got is a hydrate redeem. Okay. I will do that. Sorry, Rizalka, there was only so much my wrist could take. Really, I should have started a little bit later. Still, you've got a VOD to watch. So yes, I'll pass these on to Scarfulu, who's making his way through Doom 2. Yeah, oh, for fuck's sake. No, don't clear the chat, Christ. Right, start raid. It's gonna happen. It's gonna do the thing. I didn't expect this pop-up to stay where it was. All the buttons were pressed. They really, really were. Okay, so thank you very much for everyone who dropped in. And thank you to Willowwise for the raid, and thank you for all the fun redeems, and thank you to Anonymous Gifter for providing a sub to 8-Bit Googles. That's how you pronounce it officially. You can ask him, don't ask him. Anyway. Thank you all for coming, thank you all for chatting and or lurking, and I'll see you again some other time. Possibly on a Tuesday. Okay, bye now.